Express brought to you by IntoSwitch on a Wednesday morning here on your Love Music, Love Live Station Smooth 98.1. It's 34 minutes past 6 a.m. Ayokunmi here, and it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful time to get into the world of business and business stories as well. It's going to be an interesting 15 minutes or thereabouts. So buckle up and get ready for the ride, which you need to jump on as well. You can send your messages in to us on WhatsApp on 0809 444 0981. 0809 444 0981. You can also join the live stream on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Today, we're going to be having a conversation about ARM's 2025 Nigeria Cement Sector Report. Yes, we've been discussing a couple of reports recently, and today isn't going to be any different. So joining me to take a look at this is Ameerat Adamu. She's an investment research analyst at ARM. Very good morning to you, Ameerat. Good to have you once again on the show.
Good morning, and thanks for having me once again.
Absolutely. I think it was exactly a week ago that we were here talking about
Exactly.
other issues concerning the business sector. Yeah, yes, exactly 1 week ago, last week, when we're talking about your report, on Nigeria's 2025 strategy report. We're talking about that last week. So
Yeah,
this week, it's
exactly.
all about cement. And it's actually interesting that this is coming up. Now, the title is uh, Betting on Cement. Now, is that a reference to making an investment bet? What exactly is the idea behind that?
Okay, so yes, the title "Betting on Cement" it reflects the strong investment opportunity in the Nigeria cement industry. So Nigeria Cement has a production capacity of over 60 million metric tons per annum. So, and also with the growing demand and from infrastructure as well as housing initiatives, this just provide a solid bet for investors, especially with the major players, Danksem, Boasment, as well as Lafarge Africa. So yeah, the sector is attractive for long-term investors, basically. So yes, hence the title Betting on Cement.
Oh, okay. That is okay. That is interesting. I just had to clear that one up to be 110% sure that I was thinking in the right direction. Now, looking at what you said, talking about the big players and everything, you also mentioned infrastructure as well, which is huge. Now, bearing in mind where infrastructure is concerned, is government through its various projects the main customer of the cement industry?
Yes, the government is the major driver of cement demand for in the Nigeria space through their infrastructure project. So for just the 2025 budget, we see that for capital expenditure alone, the budgeted expenditure is over 20 trillion naira. And with all the development plan by this new administration, with the renewed hope, housing policies, and all of that, it's a very good one for the cement players because cement is essential for any infrastructures. So yes, and also with the Nigeria population of over 200 million. So government is one of the major driver, but we still have the real estate sectors, the private players,
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that one up. Now, talking about this particular report, there were different terms and all that. Um, Market oligopoly actually came up. Now, I would like you to break down what that is for us, and also just to let us know if Nigeria's cement industry is an accurate illustration of this particular market type.
Okay, let me first by explaining what an oligopoly is. So, when say a market is oligopoly or is oligopolistic in nature, it means that there are few dominant players in that industries. So, like they have the largest market share, and they're like at the forefront of that particular market. And yes, that's what is in play in Nigeria. We have the three major players: Dangote Cement, Boa Cement, as well as Lafarge Africa, and that makes the Nigeria cement
Hmm.
sector an oligopolistic market.
Okay, now you just mentioned three of the big players, Dangote Cement, Boa Cement, Lafarge as well. But is Dangote Cement the clear leader within the industry, or is there any chance that the others will can catch up at any point in time?
Yes, as you said, Dangote Cement is the undisputed leader of the cement industry. And yes, that is to say because they are we have Dangote Cement in across 10 African countries, so that makes them like the major player. Yeah, in terms of
Hmm,
catch, yes, in not short term, but in the long term, we see the other players like Boa Cement and Lafarge catch up with Dangote Cement, but that was going to be like in the long term view because Dangote Cement already has the stager with across 10 African countries already. So that makes them very much dominant
right.
compared to them.
Hmm. I wonder how long that long-term project actually would be. Very curious to find out, really. But anyways, let's look at the cement industry from, should I say, an investment point of view. How would you assess the attractiveness of of cement stocks on the Nigerian Stock Exchange? Is that a market for investors to, comfortably play in?
Yes, as I mentioned, Nigeria has a population of over 200 million. So there's a need for to closing the housing gap and government infrastructures. We need economic development and all of that. So the cement industry is a very attractive opportunity for investors, especially investors looking for long-term play. The cement industry provides
Hmm,
attractive opportunity for investors to go in. And when we look at the earnings result of these players in the cement space, we see that despite the FX volatility, the whole macroeconomic challenges, they still post strong earnings. And in terms of dividend payments, they are also very consistent in terms of that. And just to state, saw Lafarge give dividend of 4 naira, an interim dividend just for their Q1 earnings. So that just
hmm,
shows that there is high potential in the cement space for investors looking to invest.
hmm. High potential within that space for investors who are looking to invest. I mean, this is what we have at the show. We give you some very much needed good advice, as it were. Okay,
Yes.
Amirat, talking about cement production, talking about the environment, there's been talk about some of the effects that would have. Are there actually any legitimate worries about the impact of the production of cement on the environment? Is there anything that we should be worried about?
Yes, there is to be worried about. So, cement production is actually a major emitter of global CO2, and that's very bad for the whole environment in terms of sustainability and just the whole ecosystem in general. And we've seen both globally and also in Nigeria, but the global players they already like have incentive or have they have initiative already put in place to cut down their carbon emission. And in Nigeria, we've seen that the players they're actually limiting or trying to reduce their carbon emission into the environment. And just to mention, okay, so Dangote Cement introduced the use of CNG trucks for their distribution, and they are going
Yeah.
into
Hmm.
Boa Cement and Lafarge. They are going into alternative energy uses for their plants. So all these are using it to just try to reduce in terms of carbon emission. And Lafarge also has a cement called the Eco Cement, where it's the amount of carbon emission that it's emitting is very, very low. And that just shows that the players are very active in terms of sustainability and trying to reduce their carbon footprints.
Clearly, they're making some, big steps to correct those issues, and just because this has to happen for the betterment of the environment. But
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
I said, I mean, looking at everything that they're doing now, of course, they're taking steps with respect to their environment. But I mean, is there more that they can actually do to get to higher levels of environmental change?
Yes, and as I said, they are already putting in that steps. And also now all companies in Nigeria are required to publish their sustainability reports and all of that. So just shows that
Mm,
yes, companies are now being more informed and they're now being aware that they have an impact on the environment. And we've seen them use alternative energies and all of that. We'll continue to see more improvements in terms of them switching towards less um, ecological harmful let's say fuels or just for in terms of their production, just to reduce their
mm,
harmful impact on environment, basically. So we'll see more
right, right, right. Good stuff coming out of there. All right. Okay, let me take Gilbert Musa's message. He's saying this in from Festac. He says, impressive earnings from the cement sector, but the price of cement keeps rising compared to the 2 naira 60 kobo for a bag of cement in September 1975. That was quite a long time ago,
that's
Gilbert.
a long time
Also, the
ago.
quality of cement is also in question these days as quality control in Nigeria is on the downward trend. I mean, Gilbert makes a very good argument here, and this argument can actually be made for a lot of products across various sectors,
Exactly.
in the country. I mean, if you compare the quality of cement now to the quality of cement, let's say 15, 20, 30 years ago, there really is a difference, in terms of of quality. No doubt about that. All right, let me see here. Cisco Delgado. Cisco, I don't know why you're having a laugh this morning. He says Gilbert is a real old cool person. Hey, I appreciate both time we're on the show. He's able to give us a historical context to the situation. So yes, let him be an OG like that. That's how we like him. Thank you so much, Cisco and Gilbert, and thank you so very much, Amirat, for joining me this morning. It's been a pleasure, as always, having you on the show to share knowledge and some information with us. I've been having a conversation with Ameerat Adamu. She's an investment research analyst at ARM. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right, have yourself a great Wednesday and do take care.
You too.
All righty, Lagos, thank you so much for being a part of the show Business Express this morning, brought to you by Into Switch. Don't turn this smooth breakfast kicks on.